Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to the gentle path today. Let's have a little heart-to-heart about something that's been on my mind. Exercise, and what it truly means to stay strong, steady, and independent as we walk through this beautiful stage of life. Many of us were raised with the idea that staying active means walking daily, and yes, walking is wonderful. But what if I told you that walking alone isn't enough? I know, that might sound surprising, even counterintuitive. For so many years, we've been told to strap on our sneakers and count those steps. But science, and in some cases the wisdom of hindsight, has started to shine a light on the bigger picture. As we age, our bodies evolve in ways that walking, on its own, can't always keep up with. Today, I want to share 5 essential areas we should all focus on after 70 to truly protect our independence and keep moving freely, joyfully, and yes, pain-free. So, pour a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's explore this together. Priority 1. Strength training to preserve muscle. Have you ever noticed that it feels a bit harder to lift a grocery bag these days? Or maybe rising from your favorite chair requires a little extra push? If so, you're not alone, and it's not just aging at work. There's a word for this, my friends. Sarcopenia. It's the gradual loss of muscle mass, and it starts to accelerate later in life if we don't give our muscles the challenge they need. Now, here's the good news. Building strength doesn't mean you need to hoist heavy weights or join a gym. No, thank goodness, right? Strength can be regained through gentle and simple exercises. Things like resistance bands, slow squats using just your body weight, or lifting small household items. The point is to give your muscles just enough challenge to stay active, engaged, and strong. Let me tell you about Robert, an older gentleman in his 70s who thought walking was all he needed to stay healthy. That was until he started noticing small changes. He struggled to stand up from his couch, his balance felt shaky, and he realized he could no longer lift a box of family photos without strain. His doctor suggested a few simple strength-building activities, and within weeks, he noticed a real difference. He felt steadier, stronger, and better prepared to handle life's small but essential physical tasks. And Robert's story could absolutely be yours. Priority 2. Balance and stability exercises. Now, here's a question to think about. When was the last time you stood on one foot? Maybe while putting on a sock? Did you feel steady, or did you wobble? Balance tends to fade slowly over time, and it's easy to not even notice it until something happens. And by that, I mean a stumble or, goodness forbid, a fall. Falls are one of the biggest risks we face as we age, and they often happen not because of weak legs, but because our balance hasn't been nurtured. Experts like Dr. Louise Smythe, a gerontologist from the University of Washington, recommend simple balance-building exercises. You don't need equipment, you just need a bit of focus. Standing on one foot for a few seconds, walking heel to toe, or shifting your weight from side to side can awaken your small, stabilizing muscles, the ones in your ankles, feet, and core that keep you steady. I once met Edward, a 76-year-old avid walker. He loved his daily strolls, but had a near fall stepping off a curb. That incident spurred him to add balance exercises to his weekly routine. In just a few weeks, Edward regained a sense of steadiness and moved with a newfound confidence. Isn't it amazing how a few changes can make such a difference? Priority 3. Flexibility and mobility to keep joints smooth. Let's take a moment to reflect here. Have you ever noticed that tasks like bending to tie your shoes or turning to check the back seat of the car don't feel as smooth as they used to? That's your body whispering that it needs more flexibility and mobility work. You see, walking alone doesn't stretch or move joints through their full range of motion. Over time, stiffness creeps in. This is why gentle stretches and dynamic movements like neck rotations, knee to chest stretches, or even simple yoga-inspired poses become so crucial. They keep your joints lubricated, your muscles elongated, and your movements pain-free. Walter, someone I admire, told me his mornings used to start with stiffness. His knees, his shoulders, even his neck. But after just a few weeks of stretching each morning, he felt transformed. His posture improved, his movements loosened, and those small tasks, like zipping his jacket or reaching for something, became effortless again. It's truly never too late to give your body this gift. Priority 4. Core strength and posture. Here's an often overlooked truth. The strength of your core, those deep muscles in your abdomen and back, plays a huge role in keeping you upright, balanced, and free of back pain. And standing tall, it's about so much more than appearances. Poor posture can lead to spinal discomfort and increased strain on your joints. If you've ever found yourself hunching over or feeling stiff after standing for a long period, it might be time to strengthen your core. Now don't worry, you won't need to do sit-ups. Simple movements like seated pelvic tilts, standing posture resets, or practicing against a wall can work wonders. I always think of Harold, a 75-year-old with a quick smile. He used to suffer from chronic stiffness, but after introducing a few posture exercises, he found relief. Not only did the pain ease, but he noticed he could breathe more deeply, stand taller, and even felt lighter on his feet. It's incredible how connected our bodies are, isn't it? Priority 5. Protecting your joints with low-impact movements. Lastly, let's talk about our joints, our knees, hips, and ankles. Walking, while beneficial, can sometimes add strain to these areas, especially if it's the only activity you're doing. That's why incorporating low-impact exercises like swimming, cycling, or Tai Chi can be so transformative. Raymond, who's in his 70s, is a perfect example. Walking was his daily tonic, but he started noticing that his joints felt stiff after longer walks. His doctor encouraged him to mix in water aerobics and gentle stretches, and to his delight, the aches subsided. More importantly, his joints felt less fatigued, giving him more comfort throughout his day. Low-impact activities aren't about replacing walking. They're about balancing it with movements that protect and strengthen your joints. This small adjustment can mean the difference between discomfort and enjoying that long stroll around the neighborhood. Final reflections. Oh, my friends, doesn't this all make you pause and think? Aging doesn't mean slowing down. It means living thoughtfully, intentionally, and yes, gracefully. By focusing on strength, balance, flexibility, posture, and joint protection, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding vitality to your years. And the best part? It's never too late to start. Even today, even right now. So let me ask you, which of these 5 areas speaks the loudest to you? What feels like the next step in your journey toward a stronger, happier you? I'd love to hear your thoughts, your observations, and even your hesitations. After all, this podcast is a conversation, and I treasure every story and every lesson we share together. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to The Gentle Path. Until next time, take care of yourselves. And as you go about your day, maybe try standing tall, breathing deeply, and remembering what a gift it is to move, to feel, to live.